Hey everybody, Snake Doc back here, and this is another review video of a new firearm that I recently acquired. This is a FEG SMC 380 made in Hungary. There you can see it's 380 ACP, imported by KBI Incorporated, also known as Kaznar or the Kaznar Group. This has the thumb rest on the left side, which was necessary for importation reasons to make it wide enough dimensionally so that it could be imported to the United States. This, after the Some Firearm Act of 1960, blah blah, this is the smallest firearm ever imported after that act passed. So this is a Walther PPK clone. This is in 380 as we just saw. And this has a 6-round magazine, has an aluminum follower on it, or a floor plate. And the follower has this piece of sheet metal built into it that sticks out, which is what activates the slide locking back. So you can see that there is no slide lock or anything. I can't lock that back unless the magazine is in. So if we put the magazine in, there you can see it will lock back, and there's no way that I can make the slide go down unless I pull the magazine down, retract the slide, and then it will shut. So it has a decocker safety. So this is in unsafe mode, and then if you go back up to fire, you can see that the trigger reset. And then you get a nice heavy, I'll show it's obviously clear, heavy double action trigger pull, but it's a defensive firearm, so it is meant to be a serious trigger pull, and that it definitely is. It's not as bad as a Polish P64, which is a firearm that this closely resembles, but is a little more Walther-esque, we'll say. Thumb magazine release, as I just showed. We'll go ahead and push the mag back in for right now. So this can't be put on safety while it's in single action. So your follow-up shots, of course, will be in single action. And if you go ahead and kick that safety on, it's just going to decock it. And then you're back here. So you could either carry it safety on and then have to do that before you're ready to fire, or just with that heavy trigger pull, it'd be like a double action revolver, which is my recommended way of carrying. This has an outstanding deep blue finish on it. Very, very nice bluing job on this. And really no wear at all on the slide. I used, if you guys watch my other videos, I just showed like one of my tricks I use on blued guns is to use this Johnson's Paste Wax. And I put it on with the oldest, rattiest t-shirt that I can, and let it haze up, and then just wipe it off, and it leaves a nice little finish on there. This is not a steel frame pistol. This is an aluminum frame pistol, which has a nice anodizing on it. This is black anodizing, and then we have a serial number marked right there. A serrated steel trigger, and there is checkered grips like this without that thumb rest that are available. I'm not sure if some guns had them swapped when they came into the country, but I have seen them, and there are sets available for under $20 on eBay. Let's take a look at the holster. You can see this holster is marked for a Walther PP or PPK, and obviously it is an exact fit because this is the gun that this is modeled after. So let's go ahead and show the breakdown on this. So we're going to take our magazine, and it's the same way as most of these other blowback style designs. You're going to pull the trigger guard down, use your trigger finger to hold it to the side so it doesn't snap back. You're going to retract the slide all the way, and you're going to lift up on the rear, and then it will release from the front, and then you will see that the spring encapsulates, whatever, covers the barrel, which is a fixed design. So the barrel doesn't do any tilting action, which is excellent for feeding reliability. It's almost a direct feed from the top of the magazine. We'll go ahead and put the magazine in there and kind of show that right now. And then I'll also show if you watch this bar right here, this is what's going to lift up on that magazine follower. So I want to see how that came up when I put the mag in all the way. And that is what holds the slide back. So when that comes down, you can see that drop down. That allows the slide to come forward. So if your first round is sitting right there and your slide comes back, it's similar to like the Beretta 92. It's a direct feed. So it's very rare to have a misfeed unless you're using a certain kind of hollow point that the gun wouldn't, you know, care to ingest. But for 380, it is recommended quite often to just use full metal jacket, even for carry, defensive carry, because of penetration factor. So all you need is some lubrication on these slide rails right back here and a little bit on the barrel before you put the tight end of the spring on. And then reassembly is a piece of cake. You're just going to keep your finger there. Make sure that when you put that spring in and you seat it all the way in the front of the slide, come back over the top and make sure you sit down on the frame. And then when it comes back to here, you're just going to let that trigger guard ride right back up into position. Decock it, function test, double action, single action, and you're good to go. So as you can see, this does not have a magazine disconnect safety because it is able to be fired without a magazine in. So really cool, neat little piece. Extremely light. We'll go ahead and bring the scale in real quick. I'll show you this. This with the 6-round mag weighs less than a Walther PPK M2LE with the 6-round mag, which is over 20 ounces. This is 18.41 ounces because of that aluminum frame. I think if you look at like the Polish P64, those weigh in well over 20 ounces because of the steel makeup of the frame, steel composition. So hopefully I gave you guys some information about an interesting firearm that was once imported here and no longer is. But FEG Hungary, and KBI was the importer, also known as Kaznar, or the Kaznar group. And I guess one other little factoid is the model SMC. The reason it was called the SMC was that Mr. Kaznar would name his imports after different people that worked for him, and SMC apparently was the initials of his sales manager at the time. So his sales manager, not sales manager C, I don't know, who knows, maybe it is, but maybe his name was Sam, Michael, Charles, whatever. So SMC. But thanks for watching. You guys shoot safe. We'll see you next time.